Hi, everyone. Welcome to Conversations with Catherine. I am very excited to have with me as my guest 28-year-old Tanner Gomes, one of the contestants we've been cheering on season 19 of The Voice. Tanner, it's so great to see you.
Great to see you. Thanks for having me.
Well, thanks for being here. I'm so excited to talk to you about this experience. But first of all, I want to let people know that you are coming to us from Nashville right now,
Yeah,
where you've been living for the last couple of years, but you are from Yuma, Arizona.
Yuma, let's go. That's right.
Yeah,
Um,
so
yeah.
we've been cheering you on. Of course, we always love cheering on contestants from Arizona.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm so excited to represent my town and everybody all the support that's come out of there, everything that they've done for me. It's just I'm I'm blown away by all the amazing comments that I've been seeing. Like this whole thing is just incredible. So.
Yes, well, you have a lot of fans here, and we're so excited that you are getting to experience this and able to represent us on The Voice. So, we just watched the Blind Audition. You sang Cowboys and Angels by Dustin Lynch, a terrific rendition. Your voice is amazing. How nervous were you?
Uh, so it's funny, like the whole day leading up to it, I was like, it's a soft song coming into it, it's low, so I was like, I got to get my nerves right, and I every time my mind would start wondering what the coaches are gonna do, what they're thinking, and everything, I was like, I just got to meditate. So all day leading up to it, I was getting really good at meditating. I actually meditated so good, like I was holding the mic, they're about to call my name and open the doors. I was meditating so well that I fell asleep standing for like
You're
two
kidding.
seconds. Yeah, and and I just they called my name and I was like, oh, and then I started walking. I was so calm. It was just awesome. But then, as of course, as soon as the music started, I started singing. I'm like, oh gosh. I'm like,
So
Blake,
I
come
didn't
on, turn around.
well, I didn't know any I didn't notice any shaking in your voice, but were you shaking at first?
Um, at first, no. Like, I think it just accumulated because, like, I mean, Kelly, especially once she turned around, I just exploded inside. I was just like, what? But I had to contain it all. I can't like really think too into that. And of course, though, obviously you're gonna think into it a little bit. And I definitely got nervous. You can hear it toward the end of the song.
Well,
Yeah,
understandably so. But I do want to ask you because as I'm watching it, Kelly turned around almost immediately. And I thought,
yeah.
wow, because I hadn't seen it that quickly before. So you had to have, I mean, did it just sort of internally stop you in your tracks?
You know what? I was telling myself going into it, I was like, when they turn around, don't freak out. So I think I was so prepared that I mean, inside my heart dropped and everything else, but I was just like focused, like just focused, because I wanted to get more chair turns, like even
Right.
though I was like, so I got it, I'm on the show. Kelly turned around, I made it, but still, I was like, man, I want to get more. So I had to pull
Well,
it together.
okay. So that brings me to my next question. So I'm watching and I'm thinking, why isn't Blake Shelton, country superstar, turning around? Like we're waiting for him to turn around and he's not turning around. Were you thinking the same thing? Like, why is he not turning around?
Yeah, yeah. If you actually, if you watch the performance, you'll see me like looking at Blake multiple his chair turn like watching the back of his chair. I'm like, what are you doing, man? Come on. But yeah, it's just I like to believe that he didn't turn around because of he actually thought that it would bring me more success being on someone else's team with less country
Hmm.
singers. So I
Which
like
is what
to
he explained.
yeah, exactly. So I'm gonna go with that,
Well,
and
I thought it
I'm
was
super happy.
Yeah, how could you not be? And I was pretty excited to see Gwen Stefani and Kelly Clarkson fighting over you. I mean, that
Yeah,
had to have made you feel pretty good.
yeah. I mean, as you can see, I was just my smile was as big as it could be. I was just blown away that they were literally fighting over me, and I mean, just being able to sing in front of these amazing artists, like that's cool enough for me. But yeah, as soon as Kelly turned around, I made up my mind. I was like, that's my
Ah,
girl. She's
Well,
it.
she's my girl too. She's my favorite. So I'm really
Yeah.
excited for you to be on her team. I want to talk to you a little bit about how you started singing. And as I understand it, your mother was in a car accident when you were very young and developed and battled an opioid addiction as a result of her injuries. And it was music that really helped you get through some of those times of struggle.
That's right. Yeah. I mean, we didn't have a lot of money. We didn't have money at all almost, but we didn't have cable. We didn't have a lot of. I mean, it was a lot of. Um, the radio was what I used. You know, I escaped through country music, and in those days, um, country music is different than how it is now. And just that feeling that you get from the music back in those days is what I'm going for. You know, I want to bring that feeling back, and I mean, it just helped me through so much that I'm just craving it.
Hmm.
And yeah, that's just how I got started. I was trying to sound like the people on the radio, like Alan Jackson doing the yay, you know, and like Rascal Flats trying to do the runs like them, and that was just my hobby. So yeah, it
Well,
was
it's
really,
interesting that you mentioned those artists because in her comments, Kelly was saying that you reminded her of some of those country music stars from the 90s.
yeah.
You know, did that sort of sound end up influencing you in that kind of way? And how did you feel hearing her actually acknowledge that that was an influence?
That's the best compliment ever, because that's what I'm going for. You know, like I I've been the fact that I've been like just wanting this to bring this kind of music back to the radio, and the fact that like somebody that I look up to is acknowledging that that's what I sound like. It's just like it's just the coolest thing. I don't know.
Mhm.
I'm just so I was just blown away but when she said that. So cool.
That's got to be very validating.
It is, yeah. And you know, I haven't always been the most confident person, but this is helping me. It's making me feel a lot better. So this is cool.
Well, I want to ask you a little bit about how you built that confidence because you learned to play guitar, started songwriting, then went on to win the 2012 Karaoke World Championship in Las Vegas. I mean, that's got to be a confidence builder. How did you go from that to Nashville to now The Voice? I mean, that is quite the journey.
Yeah, you know, I as a little kid, I just knew that I was gonna do something with my life that was bigger than me. Like I just wanted, from a young age, you know, I was working like crazy. From 12 years old, I had a lawn mowing route. You know, I had two jobs through high school all the way. I just out of high school, I was like, what am I good at? You know, and I just kind of, my friends started signing me up for karaoke contests and I started winning. And I was like, okay, I'm good at this. And then um, actually, it all started with choir. I was singing A Whole New World in the hallway my junior year of high school, the last day, and singing A Whole New World by Aladdin. And the
Wow.
choir teacher comes out and he's like, you need to join choir next year. And I was like, no. And then my family convinced me and I did it and I fell in love with it. But anyways, you know, from there, just contest after contest, and then got the band together, started winning Battle of the Bands, won Yuma Star. And then I was just like, I got to take this to the next level and go to Nashville. You know, I got to just throw my whole life into it. And you know, obviously, I was working my butt off out in Yuma, but there's just so much that you can get out of it out there.
Sure.
So I had to make the big jump.
Hmm.
Packed
And
up
you've been
the little sedan.
experiencing success in Nashville the last couple of years. I mean, I'm sure that you've played a lot of clubs.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I was busy with working and school. I was still a full-time student when I moved here. But I as much as I could, multiple times a week, I would go out to songwriter rounds. I would go out and try to mingle with bar owners, and eventually I started like gigging on Broadway, doing acoustic gigs. I was trying to take my time before getting a band back together,
Hmm.
and you know, it's just I don't know. It's really weird because I've auditioned for The Voice multiple times, and I kind of gave up. I was like, I'm just gonna go
Did
the
you?
I was like, I'm just gonna go for I'm just gonna do it the right way or whatever, the put the work in, and get a band together again and just go that route and try to make it happen. And then my buddy, he signed me up for The Voice for Nashville, and he bangs on my door. He's like, hey man, you have an audition the 17th. I'm like, no way. All right, cool. So I go out, I'm waiting in line for 8 hours and it's raining. I'm standing outside in the rain. I audition, I make it, and I was like, oh gosh, this is crazy. No way. So yeah, it's
And
just
here you are.
yeah, it's just insane. I'm so grateful.
Well, we're excited for you. Of course, Arizona is cheering you on and excited to see where this goes from The Voice, beyond that. Looking forward to hearing you on country music radio sometime soon in the future, for sure.
I hope so.
All right,
That's
Tanner
so cool.
Gomes, best of luck to you. It's been a pleasure. And I want to let everybody know they can continue to cheer you on. Season 19 of The Voice, Mondays and Tuesday nights at 7 p.m. Arizona time on NBC Channel 12. Best of luck to you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Y'all have a good one.
Thanks so much for watching Conversations with Catherine. Please remember to hit the subscribe button, like, and comment while you're here. I'll see you next time.